The answer is not to defund the police. It's to give you the tools, the training, the funding to be partners, to be protectors. We want to crack down on the flow of firearms used to commit violence.
With us is Joe Gamaldi, the National Vice President of the Fraternal Order of Police. Joe, thank you for taking time today. I want to get your reaction to the president's visit, as well as the latest news, this reversal by DA Bragg that he will prosecute things like gun possession and armed robbery.
Well, I'm certainly happy that President Biden is acknowledging the historic crime increases that we're seeing and that they actually want to fund police departments, because on the campaign trail, he said he wanted to divert funds away. VP Harris actually openly called to defund the police. She also gave to a group that was bailing out looters and rioters. And just the other day, Jen Psaki laughed at the crime wave that is going on in America. But, life comes at you pretty fast in the Washington Beltway, folks. But what we really want to hear from President Biden and from senators and representatives is that they're going to hold these rogue DAs accountable and demand that they do their job. DAs like Alvin Bragg, who is folded to the pressure that we applied to him to actually enforce the law that he was elected to do.
Joe, how does President Biden do that? I mean, just to play devil's advocate a little bit, what really specifically at the federal level can be done at the state level with DAs like Bragg?
Well, I certainly hope that holding the loudest and strongest office in the entire country could hold a little bit of sway with local politicians to put pressure on them. But this is an all hands on deck approach. Everyone should be talking about the violence that is going on in our communities and condemning that violence. Our urban communities are disproportionately being impacted by this violent crime. They deserve to have prosperous opportunities. They deserve to have safe streets. And unfortunately, they don't, because local politicians are robbing them of that, no pun intended, because they don't have the spine to stand up to criminals.
Well, highlighting a little bit of what you're talking about, the crime here just blocks from where I'm sitting in the D.C. studios. We had a carjacking this week. Listen to the sheer terror in this woman's voice. Watch. Joe, when you watch videos like that and then you see DA Bragg starting to reverse perhaps his prosecution priorities, do you think that we're going to get to a better place in a relatively short order?
That video we just watched is absolutely heartbreaking. Listen to those screams, folks. That is a reality for a lot of Americans right now. We had 16 American cities last year experienced their highest murder rate ever in recorded history. The FBI just reported that 2021 was the deadliest year for homicides in 25 years. In D.C., they defunded their police, and you're seeing the results of that. They deployed violence interrupters, whatever the hell that is, and the crime actually went up in the areas they put them out in. We can get a handle on this violent crime right now. We need to vehemently prosecute violent criminals. We need to restore the rule of law, and we need to embrace broken windows theories. And along with supporting and funding our police departments, we can accomplish that goal.
And just lastly, in the 30 seconds we have, you talk about support. Susan Sarandon, famous actress, retweeting a picture of the NYPD lining the streets for the officers' funerals, calling it fascism. She then apologized in a later tweet. But just quickly, your 2 cents on the damage things like that does.
Well, she needs to apologize to every single fallen family for her remarks. But you know what? When you're a D-list celebrity who hasn't done anything relevant in 25 years, I guess you think it's a good idea to grift on officers' funerals. And I guess now Susan, after making these comments and her half-hearted apology, can go crawl behind her gates and her private security. But don't worry, the men and women who put a uniform on every single day will make sure and keep our community safe.
Joe Gamaldi, thank you for taking time today. We look forward to having you back. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Griff.